guys, this is Rosalind at Clean Heating and Air and Clean Crawl Space, and I'm joined today with Michael, also from Clean Heating and Air and Clean Crawl Space, and today we're going to talk about duct cleaning.
Duct cleaning is really important for your home's health, and there's not really a definitive answer on the internet for should you not, what's the price like. So we wanted to kind of put that out there of what we see on regular tips and tricks, as well as just kind of what the pricing and what you should expect.
Yeah, so Michael, all the time I get phone calls, people call in and say, how much does a duct cleaning cost?
Well, it is simple and not so simple. There's a lot of answers on the internet that say things like $50 a vent, or oh, here's a coupon for $99 for the total home duct cleaning. Those can be a little bit deceiving because when they get out there, a lot of times they will add in extra costs or things that you weren't expecting. So the range we see, if it's a smaller home or particularly a smaller duct system. So the way we do our pricing is we actually price out per duct system that we're dealing with. So if you have an upstairs unit that's kind of small and then a downstairs unit that's a bigger area, you're most likely going to pay more for the downstairs than you are for the upstairs. There's a couple of factors that we put into it. One is how many vents are in the home, as well as what is the size of the unit. Size of the unit usually dictates larger vents or more of them. But a good price range would be if you have a smaller unit starting somewhere around $400, and then the upper end, depending on what extra services you want, could be anywhere from $800 to $1,200 for that system. If you have a larger unit, ours is usually around $650 for a basic duct system, as well as going up to, again, $1,200 to $1,600, depending on what extra services you might want.
So then you're talking about extra services and, additional things that we can do. So can you talk about what's included in just a basic duct cleaning versus if you move up to a higher tier, what shows up?
Absolutely. So in our company, what we use is called a roto brush. As we run that machine through the ductwork, what we're doing is agitating that dust, and then this machine sucks it all out at the same time. So it has a HEPA vac system. What HEPA vac means is that not only is it a vacuum, but it also is a very low density filtration system. So as it's running, it's pulling that dirt into the machine without letting it being pushed back into the air of your home. Mm-hmm. So while that's going through, we run it through every single duct. So a basic duct system cleaning is we are running that through each of your ducts one by one. While we're doing this, we of course are checking to make sure that they're still connected to its duct boot, whether that is in the floor or the ceiling. Mm-hmm. So we run it from vent to vent. On a higher end duct cleaning, what might also be included is cleaning out the actual unit itself. So the air handler that moves your air throughout the unit, the blower inside that air handler, as well as the coil. And then at the same time, when we finish everything up, so after we've cleaned the ductwork, we've cleaned that main trunk line, and then we've also gone through and we'll sanitize everything just to make sure that everything is as clean as possible. So a sanitation we use is a mold mildew inhibitor as well as an odor reduction. The whole thing is natural bio ingredient. There's not harsh chemicals or things that might hurt you or your pets. But what it is doing is it's going through and it's binding to those molecules and helping destroy odors, bacteria, as well as things like mold, mildew, and viruses.
If you are interested in a duct cleaning, just mention that you saw this video to our friendly office staff for $50 off any duct cleaning service. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.